the jungle. Say they wanna group up. They better move up. Never gonna win a Royal Rumble. So when I...
You are royalty now. I'm a splice. You don't understand what that means, but I have more in common with a dog than I have with you.
I love dogs. I've always loved dogs.
Hey, I want to welcome everybody back to episode 2 of Movie Killers Podcast. As we sit here and we go through and look back on episode 1 and how we're moving forward to episode 2, we got a lot of very constructive feedback that we're going to walk through as we get started. And tonight, if you haven't been able to tell from the website, mkpcast.com, Movie Killer Podcast abbreviated, mkpcast.com, tonight's subject will be Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum, I would say, ranks equivalently sucky as Ben Affleck. And you guys, Ben Affleck to me is the bar of bad acting. So I think we have a rating scale. Above Ben, below Ben. I would say Channing is probably below Ben, but that's how we're going to start rating this stuff from now on. And then we have Mark with us tonight. As I mentioned in the first episode, we're going to have guest hosts. We're going to try people, see how it goes. And tonight we have Mark coming in to help me out and be able to discuss just how shitty Channing Tatum really is. And we have evidence, guys. Like, we have proof that he's a movie killer. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, everyone. Nice to be here. Thank you, John. Before you get started, I know you had mentioned that in terms of a ranking, right? So you're going to do like a rating, like it's a Google rating or a Yelp rating, right? Like who sucks more than Ben Affleck, right? Yeah. So I was just thinking, before we hopped onto the podcast, I'm like, when we just say actors suck, like make a general statement, I think, if I'm listening to your podcast, I would like to know at what level of suckiness. So if you were to unpack that, right? So is it their likability? Is it their line delivery? Is it their lack of emotional range? Right? So what makes them suck is probably my question. How do we categorize that?
Yeah, I think it's all of the above, right? Like, so I think what we're going to do going forward is we'll take like Rotten Tomatoes, right? Like a Rotten Tomatoes scale. We'll call it the Ben Affleck scale or the Ben scale of suckiness or something. We'll come up with something witty.
Okay.
And look, guys, we also have a Facebook group. It's Movie Killers Podcast Facebook group. I think that's the best place for us to get feedback right now. So if you guys go to the Facebook group, help us figure out really what the scale is. And to Mark's point, what are the key factors of, let's try to decipher what drags a movie down other than, are you like Ben? Are you as good as Ben? Are you just flat out terrible? Channing Tatum's a good looking dude, right? Like Ben Affleck, good looking dude. Kristen Stewart, she's like, I don't know. There's something awkward about her that just
just in terms of looks or just in terms of everything else, like
she's a complete shitty package. I mean, okay. I don't know. I guess some people would say she's attractive, but when it comes to acting, I mean, she's pretty awful. She's definitely below Ben, I would guess. Jessica Biel, another beautiful woman. So you can't say it's looks. It's got to be, there's a lot of factors to your point. We're going to have to figure out what those factors are and put something quantitative together to say, this is the Ben scale of badness or something. And then we'll give it a ranking and we'll discuss the different factors that drove it down to, a full Ben, a half a Ben and a half, something like that. But I would give Channing Tatum like a half a Ben. Like you would
give him half a Ben. Okay, yeah. I got you. That makes sense. So I was just going to say, we talked about looks, staying on topic, right? And you're comparing Chatham to obviously Ben, but background wise, he was an ex-model, right? Turned actor. So I did a little bit of research of other actors who were models previously, right? So I'm okay. Is there some type of correlation, right? Is this related? Like, is this unlikability based on because they were a model turned actor? So here's a couple names that were former models in whatever capacity, whether it's print picture or whatever, runway. Brad Pitt was one, right? So just to give you an example, like the audience, just to kind of clue you in, Brad is box office draw, right? Just about any movie he's done today, and when he first came out, Thelma and Louise, he was a draw in the box office. So you can't say, oh, all model turned actors suck, because
No,
it's
and
not true.
and for me to put it into perspective, I would give Brad Pitt like 10 bends, right? Like he is like, I'm with you. I will watch any movie that Brad Pitt is in. And look, we have a couple lines that we're going to play for you guys. Hold on. I will play one right now. So Bullet Train, right? I think Bullet Train is arguably one of the most underrated
Yes.
movies that out there. Anybody who watches it loves it, but you never hear people like go out and talk about Bullet Train. But Channing Tatum was in Bullet Train. And this is where, to my original theory, you can have multiple good actors that can override the crappiness of like a Channing Tatum, right? So I'll play the line for you right now of Channing Tatum's contribution to the great movie of Bullet Train.
Bro, wanna make an easy $200? Was this like a sex thing? Nope. Oh, I was kidding. Yeah, what's up? What do you need, bro?
All right. So you guys can see if you've seen the movie, he's sitting on the train, he's wearing his hat, Brad Pitt's looking for a distraction to get away from the bad guys. And Channing Tatum's full contribution is this a sex thing? So
Yes. So I would agree with that. So like as part of your evaluation meter, your suck meter, your bend meter, line delivery is crucial, right? Like you're not just saying it like you're reading it off of a place card. His delivery just sucks in any capacity, in any role that he's played, past or present. So yeah, and I agree there. But one thing I would say is any of these bad actors or these box office bums, right? They can't carry a movie on their own. They need to be surrounded by A-list type actors, like other box office type actors. These guys, I don't think they can carry a movie on me. The only outlier there was Magic Mike, right? Where it made a lot of money. But, I mean, for obvious reasons, it made money. Like the draw was the premise of the movie. A lot of women flocked to go see that movie, right? To see a bunch of Chippendales basically on the big screen.
yeah.
So that's an outlier for me.
And to put it into perspective, right? And you guys know I love data, and I like to talk about. I think revenue is an easy factor of what makes a successful actor, right? Like
Right.
Brad Pitt, tremendous box office draw. Robert Redford, crazy box office draw, right? Like these are people who know what they're doing.
Let me give you another name: model turned actor.
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good. He's like a he knows his lane. He stays in his lane. He doesn't go out and try to do anything crazy. I'll give you a comparison. Bill Murray to me is one of the greatest actors ever. Bill Murray is absolutely friggin' hilarious. Years and years ago, for the guys who are alive when like Star Wars was in the theater, Bill Murray did Stripes, he did Caddyshack, he did all these classic movies, but then he did a movie called Razor's Edge, and he tried to go out and do this dramatic role. He got absolutely just slammed for trying to go out and do this dramatic role, right? And he's like, whoa, okay, I'm a little out of my lane. And then he had like Groundhog Day and a bunch of other stuff.
Right. So he
Keanu
was
Reeves
typecasted early.
Yeah, which is fine. Like, be the goofball, make a career out of being a goofball, but don't go out and try to like do something you can't do. Keanu Reeves, good looking dude, stays in his lane.
And here's another thing too about Keanu Reeves. You're right. Not a great actor, but box office draw. I guess my point is like I'm comparing, model turned actor look at their body of work. Like, to me, Keanu Reeves has had a very, very successful career. Even when he was like the dopey guy in, Bill and Ted, right? It was still, even though he was quirky and stupid, it was watchable. Like, when Channing acts or attempts to act, there's a lot of times you feel uncomfortable because it's just so bad. Like, the acting is unbearable to watch. And I think that's the difference for me, at least.
So let me give you a little data. So Magic
All right.
Mike was made in 2012, right? And I'm going to play a clip from Magic Mike, so don't
All
worry,
right.
because it's just as comical. But in 2012, Michael Magic Mike Lane gave Channing Tatum, right, a $7 million budget. Remember my episode 1, you throw some
Yes.
promotion, you kind of double the budget. It made 168 million. Crazy, crazy success for a guy who is good looking, knows how to dance, and gets up and does his thing, right? Now let's go from there. You got White House Down. It was okay. 2013, $150 million budget, promotion, marketing, you know the drill, made 200 million. Lost money, guaranteed. Then you got Jupiter Ascending, and I'm going to play a couple clips from Jupiter Ascending as well. $176 million budget, not including promotion. What's it make? Who's got a number? You're right, 180 million. Lost a ton of dough. Then you come back and you got The Lost City, which arguably I kind of liked Lost City.
My God. Yeah.
But you know what I liked about
Yeah.
Lost City?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was in there for like 15 minutes. He stole the movie. Channing Tatum didn't steal the movie.
Yeah. Well, so Brad Pitt was there when the rescue scene, and I don't know if you remember this, in the rescue scene where he actually comes face to face with Sandra Bullock, right? And like, you could just tell, like, the chemistry was way better than what Channing had with Sandra, like, for the entire movie. So to me, like Brad Pitt, older guy but still good looking, just knows how, like, he just knows how to play the part and really captivate the audience. Like, to me, I was drawn because he's, dude, the one line he said, she said, when he came up to, and when he rescued her, he comes up to, like, he was trying to, like, break her free from, like, she was tied down to the chair, right?
Yeah.
And she just looks at Brad and she's like, damn, you are so handsome. And he just, like, quipped. He just said, my dad was the weatherman. It was just like, that was funny as shit. Like, and like the way his delivery was just like so on point. And like, just the moment, I was like, holy shit, that was a funny moment. And Channing, he tried to be funny throughout the entire movie, like, tried hard. And he just, he just not a funny guy. Like, and Brad Pitt, he can, and the thing about Brad Pitt, right? He's got range, right? He's done Troy, Legends of the Fall, Joe Black, Fight Club, right? He's got range and believable in character, like all those roles. I was like, okay, he pulled it off. Whereas just picture Channing in those roles, you would laugh out of the fucking seat, right? Like, there's no way you could sit through that entire movie.
Yeah, agreed. And I'm just going down the list. So, and I got, if you guys remember from episode 1, I have a tendency to get sucked into the internet rabbit hole, but so the other movie it's so bad, and I feel bad saying this, but it's so bad you have to watch it just because it's comical with how bad it is, right? And that's Blink Twice. I went to the movie theater to Blink Twice. It cost me, I don't know, something ridiculous, $20 a ticket. You get all the other stuff that goes along with it. I'm into like $50 and to sit there and watch Blink Twice. Blink Twice, $20 million budget. It made a total of about 48 million. And I'm looking at it, and what I didn't realize is Zoe Kravitz.
Yes, director
And writer.
Yeah.
She wrote it also.
Yep. I mean, what did you think of the movie plot?
I thought it's been done a lot of times. I thought it's been overdone. I thought, hey, let's, the drugging of the women with the mind erase drug, whatever it was. I was like, there's nothing original here. I thought it was very self-indulgent for Channing Tatum to go out. I thought the woman who played the role, I thought she did a pretty good job. But
I thought she was fabulous. But my favorite was, because he didn't get any press like prior to, was Christian Slater. I thought he did really, really good in that. And, I haven't seen him in any motion picture in like 2 decades.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and don't forget the superstar actor Joel Osment.
right.
Haley Joe,
Yes.
I don't know,
Yes.
whatever. The
Sixth
little
Sense
guy,
guy.
the
Yeah.
adult with the baby face.
Yes. Yes.
Like that's him, that guy.
Yeah. That I to me, I actually I wasn't a fan of the movie, but I thought the plot was it was all right to me. Like I don't know if I could watch, I don't know if I would watch it again, but getting back to Tatum in his role, um it just was a little it seemed easy for him to play that role, but at the same time he struggled. Like it wasn't believable. That's all.
No, not good. And you know what's really disappointing? And you guys know I love looking at casting directors and everything, the casting director. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't looked at every movie. Channing Tatum's been in like 50 super shitty movies. And he does a lot of bit parts in different movies. Like, I'll play a clip also for you guys from This Is the End. To me, This Is the End is original. It's ridiculous. They took everybody from that like Brat Pack era, whatever group with
Yeah.
Franco and Seth Rogen, and I don't even know. I'd have to look at the thing, but there's so many stars in it. Rihanna's in it.
Yeah.
It's great. It's friggin' hilarious. Danny McBride to me is one of the funniest actors and comedians who's out there today. Danny McBride is a riot. So when you throw Channing Tatum with Danny McBride, let me just play that clip. I'm going to play the clip of Danny McBride with Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum's contribution to one of the funniest movies out there today. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it. But it's like a Will Ferrell thing. You got to watch it twice. The first time you're going to be like, what the hell am I watching? And the second time you will laugh your ass off. But hold on, I'm going to play the clip.
I call him Channing Tate Yum. It's Channing fucking Tatum, dog.
I love him.
It's fucking G.I. Joe, dude. Fucking loves me.
Channing Tate Yum. Come on, that's funny, right? But Channing Tatum offered nothing to that. It could have been you. It could have been Mark.
Yeah.
Latched onto Danny McBride's leg saying, I love him. Like it didn't have to be Channing Tatum. It's just a shock factor that it happened to be.
I think that's what it was. They were going for the shock value, and when they said, "Holy shit, it's Channing Tatum."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where he belongs from his acting status. He belongs latched on to Danny McBride's leg and just following him around everywhere he goes.
Yeah, I was a little. Like watching that was hard to stomach. Just like the whole scene. It was funny, but very like just. I don't know. It was unsettling just watching that for the first time. And he didn't help.
No, but so real quick, let me give you the casting director. She should be ashamed of herself. And look, if I ever get to a level where anybody in Hollywood is a casting director, or anybody knows a casting director, everybody's friends with a casting director, they should be ashamed of themselves, right? So the woman who did Blink Twice, her name's Carmen Cuba.
Carmen Cuba.
She started her career in 1999. She did the casting for one of the greatest movies ever made. And anybody will tell you, if they say, what's your favorite movie? This is my number one favorite movie. She did the casting for The Martian. She's going to go from The Martian, which is one of the most perfectly casted movies to me. Every character in there is spot on, right onto Michael Pena as the
yes.
pilot,
yeah.
Right? Perfect, to Blink Twice. So she did Stranger Things, The New Naked Gun, Liam Neeson, funny. Blink Twice. You should be embarrassed.
But wouldn't you say, though, with the Blink Twice cast, take Tatum out of there, replace him with anybody else, it's a better movie? Would you make that argument or no?
Yeah, I think if you let's to jump on the bandwagon, you throw Brad Pitt in there,
dude. Yeah, he would have killed it.
Smash.
Yeah, he had. I mean, Brad Pitt is what is he 60, 61-ish? So he's had way more experience. But I think like he's evolved as an actor to me. Like he was, I don't think he had the range earlier in his career, but he took a lot of risk in his career. To me, when he took what was that weird that 12 Monkeys movie? I thought that was a risk, but he did it anyway,
great.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Channing, talking about his career and the risk that he's taken over the years. Like, I get it. You try to find that range, but he just doesn't know how. I mean, he just doesn't have the acting chops to execute. Like, if you look at your the movie list, let's go through. Say he has comedy, he has the love story with the Dear John. Oh, he had that sports bio film, right? Playing Mark Schultz, the wrestler.
Oh yeah,
Foxcatcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Foxcatcher.
I mean, and that was a decent cast, right? Steve Carell, Mark Ruffalo was on that.
Yeah.
He just didn't like. You just replace him with somebody else, and I think it's a better movie. And I think that's the premise here. Like, you know, he is the epitome of a movie killer. Like, when you have a star-studded cast, and you throw this knucklehead in there, and he's like so one-dimensional. You know, it's like you just can't wait for his scene to be over.
Yeah, I think he needs to stay with, from his successes, anywhere that he can dance, take his shirt off, maybe get like rained on, like some sort of water element has to jump in, like they can dump water on him.
So you're saying, but basically what you're saying, he should just relegate himself to like a genre that's catered to women, and that's it, right? So like that's his only strong suit.
Yeah, or the doofus sidekick, right? Like, don't try to be a leading man. Don't try to carry the movie. Be the doofus sidekick that comes in and says dumb shit, right?
Like
and just
21 Jump Street, you would say?
Right, like 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Hey guys, okay, hold on. Let me play you the clip from 21 Jump Street.
Wait,
like,
did that even make money? 21 Jump Street. It had to.
21 Jump Street is funny, but like, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Be the doofus.
Go ahead. It's 4 declamatory sentences followed by a question for a total of 57 words.
Okay. Look, it obviously starts with you have the right to remain silent. I know you've heard this before. And then, I think it sounds something like, well, the thing, right. You have the right to remain an attorney.
You're seeming officers.
So are you saying that you're going to send us into like a child sex slavery ring or something?
Sir.
You know, there's the one scene where he, like, if you guys have seen 21 Jump Street, he pulls up to the school. He's in the Trans Am with the loud engine, and everybody in the school is politically correct, and he is not politically correct. And he walks up and he's talking shit to the one guy with what's Franco's little brother, not James Franco.
I know what you're talking. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Franco's little brother, who will forever always be known as Franco's little brother,
right,
comes up and says something, and he punches the guy in the face, and he goes, "You're gay," or something. He goes, "You punched him because he's gay?" He goes, "Well, I didn't know he was gay when I punched him." But the whole thing that he is so out of his element, he's willing to like laugh at himself, that he's like, "Hey, I'm this old guy coming back to school, and this is not how it was when we were in school."
Right.
It's endearing and it's funny.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you say, "Hey, I'm going to be the super rich mastermind behind this pharmaceutical drug that's derived from, I don't know, a boa constrictor venom," and for everybody out there, boa constrictors have no venom.
Yes,
that's going to be derived from boa constrictor venom that's going to be used to drug women and wipe their memories. I'm not buying it, dude. Take your shirt off, jump in the pool, splash around a little bit, get out, say something dumb, and go run around with Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
You know?
And he's another one. That's another guy too. Jonah Hill. I know he has a lot of fans out there. Not a big fan of Jonah Hill.
He was good in Moneyball.
Other than Moneyball, and again, you had Brad Pitt, right, as a probably the lead role, right?
Wolf of Wall Street. He's pretty funny in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, that is true.
See, you're gonna like Jonah Hill by the time we're done. You're gonna be like, all right, he's not so bad.
I'll stay open-minded. All right, so let's talk about another genre that he got himself into. So in Kingsman, do you remember that with the
Agent Tequila?
Yes, the cowboy. Good actors, surrounded by good actors. Like he just didn't deliver in his scene. Again, it was like he looked like he wasn't delivering the lines. It just looked like he was reading off a prompter, and he looked so like mechanical, and that's why I just have a hard time watching his scenes, man. it goes back to he just cannot act in any type of, whether it's drama, whether it's even sometimes it's comedic relief, he can't even do right. You know what I mean? Like you say goofy, but I mean, he just sometimes doesn't even do that right.
So let's go back to your criteria, right? So you got your criteria. You're good looking, which there's Paul Giamatti is not a good looking guy, but he's a great actor. Right? I love Paul Giamatti, so I don't think looks are a factor. But you got to have. I think you nailed it earlier. You got to have chemistry between the other people in the movie and between like your
Yeah, otherwise it just doesn't look
counterpart.
organic, right? Like it
Yeah.
looks just forced, man.
Yeah. So no chemistry in like half of these movies, right? Like Pedro Pascal was pretty good in The Kingsman as his guy, but Channing Tatum was stiff. You could have put the cardboard cutout in and said, "Hey, Channing.
Yeah.
Hey, Agent Tequila."
Right, exactly. Exactly. And you know what? I get why. I mean, you know what? What movies on this list where he's like the head guy?
All
Because
right, so
most of these other movies we talked about, right?
Roofman. Roofman's his new movie. He's like the leading guy.
Haven't watched it yet. Have you seen it?
No, I've seen the clips. That was enough for me. It's
so here's the
Blink
thing
twice.
about this. Yeah, this is what I do know about Roofman. And I don't know if you know this or not, or the audience listening. So, the three people that are listening. Anyway, the Roofman was based on a true story, dude. Did you know that?
No, but I know Mark will not be coming back for episode 3 since there's only 3 people listening.
Okay, there's about I meant 300.
Thank you. 300,000 viewers.
So it's based on a true story where this guy is like I didn't see the movie yet, but I kind of read about it. He's ex-military, right? And he starts robbing. He got caught, breaks out of prison, and lives out of a Toys R Us for like 6 months. That's the movie. And then he falls in love with like the chick, Kristen Dunst. So I think I want to see it just because it's based on a true story. My only reservation is, you got this knucklehead playing the lead role.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I think it came out last Friday and today's what? Thursday. So I think you probably already missed it. I think it's probably already out of theaters.
Well, that's probably true. But, that's kind of a practice with, say, Netflix, like how they did Frankenstein Dirty. They just put it in like 12 theaters, right? And then it went right to subscription-based Netflix, and they kind of dick Frankenstein over. But yeah, I could see that going right to Netflix or whatever after a 2-week release. But I'm going to watch it anyway because the true story in and of itself, like the storyline it sounded pretty cool. So I think I'm going to watch that one.
And I think the other thing we need to add into your factor is, and I made this mistake in episode 1, I'm not going to lie, I'm willing to admit that. I think we need to break our list into actors where they have the lead role and actors where they just are in the movie, right? And what I mean by that is if you look at War of the Worlds, apparently Channing Tatum was in War of the Worlds. He was the
kid in the church, right? So he had like church. So he had 5 seconds of airtime. So you can't really, if you're going to judge a guy on his own merit, that's not going to be on your list.
No, because the movie was made. It cost $130 million to make the movie, and it made $609.
It was a Tom Cruise flick, right through and through.
Yeah, so I can't just add all these up and be like, "Oh, Channing Tatum's a success. He made X millions of dollars in his time," because most of these movies he just had like small little parts.
Yeah, and so the one where he had smaller-ish role was when he played Gambit, and he was just like for all the like the superhero guys that and gals that watch this stuff. Like I don't know a lot. I'll admit I don't know a lot about Gambit, but I know in the comic books he looked different. And they were talking about like his eyes. He had black eyes, so obviously like he didn't. And I was reading the hot take on his role in that movie, and he just got wrecked on Reddit in terms of his acting ability. And so they said bad choice, casting director dropped the ball on this one. Of all the people they could have picked, he was like the last guy that they would even consider. So
Yeah, and apparently it was like the story is it was his lifelong dream to play
Was it?
Gambit
Yeah.
in a movie.
Imagine
So
that. Imagine that being your lifelong dream to play Gambit, who's like 98% of the population has ever heard of, right? It's not like it's Superman or Spider-Man or the Hulk. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
guess
want
they
to.
threw him. I guess they threw him a bone and said, "Hey,
Yeah.
okay, you can go do this little bit part, and don't screw it up." But I guess we know the history on that one. But apparently, they're letting him revise it in Avengers: Doomsday, which I'm kind of excited to watch. But hopefully,
Oh
it's just
yeah.
like it's like
Yeah.
8 seconds on the screen. I hope. I hope it's not anything lengthy.
Yeah.
See what's going on there.
So here, I mentioned this earlier, right? My whole theme, my model turned actor. Like so, that was a couple male actors, right? So female actors. Let me throw a couple names at you.
For what?
Charlie's model turned actor in terms of their box office draw.
I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
No,
Sorry.
this to me. This has like they followed kind of the same path, and I thought, is this a pattern? And it's like, hell no, it's not a pattern. Charlize Theron, international fashion model before
Superstar.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a fucking stone cold awesome actor in anything she does. Like monster. Like my God, she looked like scary and to everything else she's done. Her range is like spectacular. And here's another one. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she was in The Fifth Element, Mila.
Oh, Mila Jovovich? Jovanovic?
Yes.
Jovovich?
Yes.
Everybody knows who you're talking about.
Right. Like quirky actress, but definitely does a good job on all, in all the parts that she's played. Resident Evil, like she's played some pretty significant roles.
Yeah, pretty
And
good
again,
action hero.
Yeah, so it's not a model thing, dude. I guess that's what I'm like. Sound like a broken record. It's not a model thing. It's just a Channing thing.
Yeah,
And
it's a
what?
Channing thing.
You know what bothers me too? And I hate to say this to sound shallow here, but just his name, that first name, right? Channing. Like I was calling him Chatham because I like, Channing was kind of like Channing Tatum is like a fucking tongue twister for me. Why couldn't he just, how some of these actors, they change their names and they go with the Hollywood name? I don't know. Maybe Channing Tatum maybe that is his Hollywood name.
No,
but it's
Channing Matthew Tatum, born April 26, 1980.
See,
Yeah,
look,
that's his
if
name.
he just went with Matthew Tatum, I think I would like him better. I don't know what it is, man. That Channing just throws me off. I know I'm nitpicking here, but I think that just adds to his whole, his whole persona.
Yeah, he should be the goofy sidekick.
Yes,
right?
Not Channing. Channing is like, when you think of Channing, you think charming. You think this guy is like he's really ladies' man. But like he's not even in his romantic roles.
Yeah,
not that good, dude.
No, and plus, like, so guys, I just want to go back and say the purpose of this podcast, if you guys have lost track of this, is we call out the reality of shitty actors, right? And it's not the fact that we're trying to make them feel bad. We're trying to make movies better, right? And I did get some negative feedback of why would I listen to a podcast where you're just going to go shit on somebody? I'm only shitting on him because he sucks. Like I don't shit on Brad Pitt, I don't shit on George Clooney, even though we covered that he killed Batman. But Clooney's good. Like I don't shit on people that make movies better. If you watch Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, I was kind of like, I don't know. But now he's Luke Skywalker. Like there's no other person that could ever play that movie.
Right.
If Channing Tatum had something where I was like, man, I just visualize Channing Tatum every time I look at that because he owned that role and he made that role his. But guys, you look at the list, go to IMDb. There's 50 movies. Not one movie do you look at it and be like, yep, I will always associate that movie. So when like the feedback is like you just take whatever 45 minutes or whatever and just shit on a guy, I only shit on him because he sucks.
Right.
If he was great, I would tell him he was great. So
that's right.
For all those people who said don't shit on somebody because you're a hater for as long as you do, suck it up, man. This isn't a
this is a
not
reality check.
Yeah,
right.
It's not a participation trophy.
Like so let's go back, way back, 2005. I'm looking at your list.
Yeah.
Jason Lyle, in Coach Carter. Sam L. Jackson, right?
Oh yeah, superstar.
So, and I think that made a decent amount of money. But again, I mean, Tatum wasn't the guy. He wasn't the lead role, but he played the token white kid on the basketball team.
Yeah,
I hate to
yeah,
say it,
that
but
was
he
a good
did,
movie.
right? But I think even though I didn't like his role, his acting, like I could see him, I could see him why he got casted for that role, right? Because he was kind of goofy, and he was trying to act ghetto-ish, right? Like that just kind of I see why they casted him, but he didn't do a great job. It was just like, again, he was just reading off the script and not really showing any type of real acting chops. And I know, I get it, it was early in his career, but he just looked out of, like, every time I see him, he just looks out of place. He just looks like he's trying hard and forcing himself to try and act. And that's my beef against him. And I think that's why he's just not a box office draw on his own, right? He's not carrying a movie on his own. He'll be the sidekick, or he'll be a, one of the supporting cast members, but we'll see. I mean, he might turn his career around. We don't know. I mean, he's like 45-ish now. You never know.
Channing? Yeah, maybe he'll go. He should go to, like, I don't know. I look at it as like a stripper, right? Like, you're going to make a lot of money, but eventually those looks.
Wait, what? Wait, you associate like a strip? What?
Yeah, Channing Tatum. He's like a stripper, right? So, like, you got the good looks. You're going to make a lot of money. You're going to really, like, take advantage of the looks and do what you have to do. But eventually the looks fade, and you got to have a skill. So, like, Channing Tatum right now, for anybody who's interested, his net worth is $90 million. You got a guy who's worth $90 million who's made a career out of bad movies and looking good. But what happens? Like, I hope he ages well. But, I was going to say this earlier, but his head is humongous, right? So as his body starts to kind of shrink.
Wait, like physically?
Physically. He's got like the biggest head.
He's got a big
Hollywood.
melon. You're saying he's got a big melon. Okay.
Yeah, he's got a big melon. Like, look at, I'm going to do another plug. mkpcast.com. Look at the website. That image takes up the whole friggin' logo. Like, his head is massive.
You know what's interesting, though? What they say about people in general in Hollywood, and I heard this a long time ago, that they generally have like larger heads. I'm not. I gotta. You know what? I gotta pull this shit from somewhere. But I heard that a long time, and it was somebody that was actually in the business. Like they said, like Tom Cruise, Matt McConaughey. They have like big noggins. I was like
the circumference of their head is larger than anybody
it's
else's.
larger in proportion to their body, dude. I will look it up. You know what? I shouldn't even have brought that up because I need to fact check myself. But I did hear that a long time ago. Like in general, like Clooney, he's got a big dome, man.
Yeah, he does.
Like in person, everybody says, yeah, they got a really big head. I'm like, wow. I wonder why. I mean, maybe that's why they're better, like to film, or they're more photogenic. I don't know. They just got big noggins. Maybe
like because Ben Affleck, he has a big head, right? So
but
maybe
he's tall too. He's like 6'4"-ish, right?
Yeah.
6'4", 6'5".
Big dude.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe you're onto something. Maybe we start deciphering that. But then you got like, is that a man thing? Like, does Kristen Stewart, Charlize Theron, Mila Jovovich,
Kristen Stewart, yeah. She does not have a big, like Kristen Dunst. I think has a big noggin.
Kirsten,
yeah. Right.
He's another movie killer, by the way. Like, I am not a fan. Like
Kristen Dunst.
Yeah, like not a fan. We're gonna have to figure out an episode on her, I think, but I'm not a fan of hers in any way.
What do you think was her best movie?
I'll give you mine. She was pretty good in Spider-Man. Like, she played the little Mary Jane character. Let's hold on. Talk for a second. I'm gonna pull her list up and let's see.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say her best performance in her entire career, I'm gonna go with Interview with the Vampire.
Oh yeah, but she was like 3.
Doesn't matter. I mean,
she was good in that.
She was very believable. And think about it though. She was opposite of both Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, right? At the ripe old age of what? 11 or 12.
I don't know.
And
She looked younger than that, but yeah, I'll take your word for it.
yeah, she was definitely not 3. She was, talking and, yelling and stuff, but I would say that was her best performance. But, and kudos to her when she was, again, in a cast with those heavyweights. So I don't think I would put her, well, maybe as a movie killer in terms of box office flops, maybe, but I don't know what her track record is in terms of.
Ay, 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 ay. I'm looking at this movie list. How do these people have jobs in Hollywood? Like, is the bench so shallow in Hollywood? Like, are there not thousands of people getting off buses in Hollywood like what we see in the movies? Like, I just picture 1,000 wannabe actors at the bus station all trying to get off the bus and make a living. Because
So
if you look at this list, I
yeah,
mean, ever since like Interview with a Vampire, 1994, Jumanji, 1995.
uh-huh.
Hold on, I just had it.
You're talking about Kristen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring it on, 2000.
Yeah.
It's been friggin' downhill
Yeah.
ever since then. She got a little reprieve with Spider-Man, but that's all.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire he's Spider-Man to me. But it's not Tom Holland, maybe. I don't know.
Whoa, no. I would disagree and say Tom Holland, hands down, the best Spider-Man on the big screen.
Spider-Man 3, whatever it was with Venom, when Tobey Maguire gets possessed by Venom and he dresses in black and he walks out of the door and he does his little dance. I can play the music because this is audio, there's no visual. But I'll play the music and you guys picture Tobey Maguire coming out of the thing, doing the little dance, looking at the girls, doing his little pelvic thing.
Oh,
there's
God.
no cooler Spider-Man than that. Tom Holland would never do that in a million years.
But I think Tom Holland, as a whole, his charisma, personality was more closely matched with the comic book.
Agreed. I would agree with that.
And also some of the cartoons. Yeah. To me, Tobey Maguire was like if it was, and thank God they had the multiverse. Like he was like the geeky Spider-Man within the multiverse, right? And then who was the other guy? Can't remember his name. That came after Tobey. Garfield.
Andrew
right?
Garfield.
Yeah, like he was too cool to be Spider-Man, even though he's not really that cool. But like he came off like I'm too cool. So that's why I settled with Holland. I think he was the better one or the best out of the 3. And it was weird, right, when they had that homecoming when all 3 of them were, sharing the screen.
Yeah.
So you got a chance to see all of them. But
so Kirsten Dunst was born in Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
No shit.
Yeah, 1982. So this is one of those things where like we need a time machine. So in 1982, I could just drive down the expressway. Go to the Garden State Parkway for people who don't know the area, go into Point Pleasant and say, Mr. and Mrs. Dunst, please do not let your daughter go into acting. She's going to have some success.
Okay. What do you think her net worth is?
Kirsten Dunst? I don't know.
I'm going to guess. I don't know, but we'll look it up. Yeah. I'm going to guess $35 million.
All right, let's see. Well, if Channing Tatum's worth 90, I figure she's got to be worth maybe
I'm
60?
I'm going very ultra conservative with 35 million. So let's look it up and
she could be me and you. She's only worth 25 million.
Man, that's low. Is that enough for her to retire?
Maybe I don't know, maybe she got a drug problem. Maybe she spends it all. I don't know.
Yeah, that is low.
I guess from this, maybe they make her put money back in for all the money she loses from these movies because the movies are pretty rough. Yeah, 25 million.
Okay, so all right. So your comment earlier, you would recommend to her parents, look, I'm from the future. I recommend your daughter not take acting.
Yeah, go do Interview with a Vampire,
and then make just retire.
Make that the triple Ben of your acting career. And then you might get a little bit of success with this cheerleading movie a few years in the future. But after that,
I think the bulk of her money.
Go to college, go to MIT, get a career, figure your life out.
Yeah, but I think Kristen Dunst, I think the bulk of her salary came from the Spider-Man movie. I would
Maybe
think.
Jumanji.
All right, so
you can watch Jumanji pretty much anytime, any day on TV. It's always playing somewhere.
okay, so she's her net worth you said is 25 million and she is 43. I mean, that's not bad, right? I mean,
Is she 43?
she is 43, born in
Man,
82.
I'm sorry, Kirsten. You look significantly older than 43. I know that's kind of mean, but I don't know. I'm not buying 43.
Yeah. She has
I
like
guess 80, whatever she was born, so maybe. But
yeah. No, she's according to the internet, she's born in 82, makes her 43.
all right.
She's got
I
a
I might have to edit that out. How old she looks. I don't know if people are going to like listen to that.
probably. But you know what? She has a doesn't she have a Cameron Diaz kind of look to her?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have that kind of look is not going to age well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we might have to edit that out too. But anyway, we're just this is where it says that's a full-blown reality check here.
All right. So, with all that being said, I think we have some successes coming out of episode 2. So we now have the Ben scale of. I don't like the Ben scale of suckiness, right?
You gotta, like you said, there's something witty, but I would say you take 3 or 4 or 5 criteria, you average those out. That's the suck meter, right? You know what I mean? The suckiness meter or whatever
the
you want to call
suck
it.
meter.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I have a Ben head that I'll start putting on the logo. And if we think they're doing a pretty good job, like Ben is 1 head, right? So on the episodes, I'll put 1 head next to Ben.
So 1 head, like the more heads, the better the acting, or the more heads, the terrible the.
No, the more heads, the better the acting. Like this guy's equal to like 5 Bens. Like Brad Pitt is equal to 10 Bens. It would take 10 Bens to equal 1 Brad Pitt.
Okay, so staying on that topic.
Yeah.
You talked about, let's say, one of the best actors that in our day.
Yeah.
Who would you say?
Oh man, like I know I beat this into the ground in the other one, but I think Matt Damon is great. So Matt Damon is good. He could play any role. He's funny. He's endearing. He has great chemistry. You know, obviously Brad Pitt. We've been all over him all night. You know, Clooney's good. Samuel L. Jackson, you nailed. You know, like there's a lot of really good actors. Like I can't name them all, but like
no, I'm just so like let's say I throw out. I'm trying to think of another like really awesome Daniel Day-Lewis. How many Ben heads does he represent? Like
he's
30.
Like he's like 1,000 Ben heads,
right? So like that's the ceiling that these guys are being judged against in terms of their acting chops. But I would give Brad Pitt more than. Would you say 20 or 30?
I don't know, but I'm giving Channing Tatum half. Give me Channing Tatum half of a Ben head. So then we got to I'll just cut the Ben head in half and put it next to episode 2 for Channing Tatum, and then people know, man, this guy's half.
So you're saying
he's really suck.
Oh, all right. So in the end, in conclusion, episode 2, you're saying he's half as good as Ben.
Yeah, half.
Holy shit! Wow, yeah. Wow. Wow. Like,
dude, just re-listen to the line. I'm a splice. I'm more dog than I am human.
Yeah. You know what's...
I always love dogs.
I'm comparing, like in my head, I'm visualizing Ben, like say in like Armageddon, right? Which was like, you know, very lighthearted, you know, drama.
Yeah, pretty good.
He was right. Like, you know, when Bruce Willis was chasing him around in the first scene when he was, you know, hooking up with his daughter, he was pretty believable. I kind of liked him. I thought he was charming.
You know, the other thing is, and I said this before, Ben Affleck's a really good director. Like if you look at the movies that he directed and stayed out of the camera and behind the scenes, he did a really good job.
Yeah.
I'm not letting Channing Tatum direct shit. Like, can you see him going in and trying to direct a movie?
No, he doesn't have the capacity to do that.
No.
He really doesn't.
No,
he'd be
you
like,
take The Godfather and it'll turn into like a musical with dancing and you got Al Pacino running around with his shirt off. Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah. All right. So I would agree with the half head. I mean, is that the lowest? Like, you can't do like a quarter head, right? Like a half head is probably
sure. It's my show. I can do whatever I want. I can make half a head, a quarter head. I can make.
All right. So like, like incrementally, what is is it like a no head, Ben? Does that you think that would exist on the meter?
I don't know. Maybe I got to look at Kristen Stewart's like filmography. Kristen Stewart to me is like just painful to sit through. Like if you guys go back now and get rid of the hype of Twilight and the book and all the other nonsense,
What else
like
has she done? Yeah.
you just want to be a vampire when you're done watching that, and not for anything good. Like you just want to be buried in the dirt and just get out from watching that thing. Like it's just brutal.
Well, to me, the entire, like, I wasn't a fan of I didn't read the books. I saw the movies. I just thought it was like, for me, like vampires and werewolves, right? It's like, it's been done and redone again and again. And it's kind of all the same, right? Nothing moves me. So when I watch like a movie like, say, Frankenstein, that was fucking amazingly good. I don't know if you saw that yet.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. It was really true to the book. I thought it was great.
Yeah. And like the Twilight series, like they could have made that really, really good. But, I don't know if it was this. I think it was everything. It was the cast, the fucking screenplay, the director, all of it was just, it was just based on hype.
Yeah.
There was just nothing, there was no substance there. So, and I don't think that was just Kristen.
No, Taylor Lautner.
Oh
I
God,
I am a werewolf. Please be on my team. Right? It was just terrible, man.
yeah,
Terrible.
yeah. You can't
Robert
even.
Pattinson.
Yeah.
We could do a whole series
Twilight?
of movie killers just based on the Twilight cast.
Yeah, I would say Lautner, like you can't even do a full podcast. Like you'll run out of material like in 5 minutes because there's nothing there, right? Beyond that, there was I mean, what else did he did that one like spy movie or some shit that was forgettable, right? I don't think anyone saw it. And then he disappeared completely. I don't even know what he does. Does he still act?
I don't know. Did he ever?
That's a good point. But
So
my
I
point,
think
yeah.
we have to pair him up. So like we talked about like pairing up Ashton Kutcher with Mila Kunis, right? Like the two of them together are just painful, but they both suck pretty bad, right? So then we take maybe Taylor Lautner and we pair him up with somebody that sucks too. Maybe Kristen Stewart, but Kristen Stewart's got a lot of movies, just like Robert Pattinson's got a lot of movies. I don't know. Maybe we give him a short, like we just do like a third of an episode and be like, this is how bad this guy really is. But I guess if he's out of Hollywood, I mean, job is done, right? Like he's not making movies anymore. He realized, and our goal of making movies better has been accomplished because he's out of Hollywood.
Okay,
Maybe we
so
don't need to do one.
Since you brought up his name, Robert Pattinson,
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan, but I think he did an okay job in Batman.
Yeah.
So
I don't disagree, but dude, you put me in a cowl, put me in a dark room. You let me fly around with my cape, say a couple lines, hold a card up. It was the Riddler. Like I think it's one of those things where he was good, but I think it was successful in spite of him and not because of him. I think the role made him successful.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, yeah, I could see that argument. But he had outside of that and Twilight, it looks like his whole career path was all flops. Like all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of depressed kids running around. Him, Kristen Stewart, like they're all pale and depressed. Like imagine the two of them together going out to dinner. Goodness gracious. Imagine trying to make conversation at dinner with the two of them. Like they dated. I don't know if they were married, but they were together for a long time.
Yeah. Drugs.
Hey, honey, we're going out to dinner with Rob and Kristen tonight. Oh, fuck's sake. Do we have to go? Like I have the flu. I don't feel good. Like I would come up with every excuse.
Yeah. I'd have to do like a chew, like an edible before it.
Yeah.
Right? Do some drugs. Yeah. No, that was interesting.
All right. So going forward, go to the Facebook page, Movie Killers Podcast group, jump in. I don't have 100 check boxes you got to check. To be honest with you, I don't even know if you have to do anything other than jump in there. I'm going to make it easy for everybody. Give us some feedback, give us some direction, tell us who you want to hear about, who you want to see. The website's out there. This will get posted hopefully weekly. We're trying to do an episode a week. I think the next episode is probably going to be maybe Kristen Stewart. We're going to try to do a woman next. Like we beat up 2 guys pretty good. Now we're going to try to do maybe Kristen Stewart or somebody else. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, John. Week 2, what would you consider a success in terms of viewership?
300,000 views.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like guys, we're just out here to have fun, right? Like it's, like I hear podcasters and they're like, I want to make $1 million so I don't really have to work. Like I don't care about any of that. Like I just want to go out, have fun, make people laugh, bring people in with me that want to do the same and make people laugh and have fun. And, ultimate goal, let's figure out how to make movies better. I grew up, like I said it on the website, I grew up watching Saturday afternoon, Abbott and Costello. I will watch any movies. When Top Gun came out, I saw it 3 times the day it opened in the theater. One of the greatest days of my life. Like, I just love movies. So if we can get rid of some of the dead weight and give those thousands of poor people that are showing up on the bus in Hollywood,
Yes.
an opportunity to make a name for themselves and get rid of some of the poor casting and some of the nonsense that goes on. Job well done. And if I get a few viewers along the way, more power to you.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Well, thanks again for having me. I really appreciate it. And hopefully we could do this again in the future.
Yeah, and I hope you had fun. And
I did.
I think it was great. And we'll keep rolling and we'll figure out who we're going to do next. So thanks, everybody. Have a great night. And I appreciate you spending the last hour with us. And, hopefully you laughed a little bit and you learned a few things. And you come back for episode 3. So thanks.
See you guys. Thank you.
You don't want to mess up the jumpsuit. It's on loan. So we're not just going to stand around here, okay? We're going to go through the jungle. We're going to go to the airport and find a phone so you can have your cake and get what you want. And eat it too? If that's what you want to do with your cake, fine. Let's go. That's the only thing you do with cake. Not mine. I don't know what your people do, but my people eat it. You could give it to someone as a gift. Those people are still going to eat the cake. Everybody eats cake. What about the kind that people jump out of? They don't eat it when they're in it.
Yo, you hear that? Over, smell the aroma. Them run dead with long time when I ramp, my skin couldn't wake from a coma.